That's what they're telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they're telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me. See, I don't know why finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, really, please. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth, just like Aliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. Well, she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me. Telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me. I don't know why finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, really, please. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth, just like Aliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend over the reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. But she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go.
That's Keepin.
He made the decision to play Salah. Klopp doesn't change the system since Doak left. You don't want to change from the 4-3-3. People. What's going on to everyone in the building? Hope you're doing well. Back again on the Jerry James show for the second time today. And it would have been a third time had the news been dropped a bit earlier. For the second time now in a singular calendar week, we've made a show and we've chopped up the fact that Liverpool have agreed a deal for a player, and it turns out that the player's not turning up at AXA. Yeah, it seems as though Lavia has rejected us, according to David Ornstein, and we're going to get the quote directly from Ornstein. It's just not looking good, bruv. It's just not looking good, man. Shout out to Castillo and them, man. It is, and this was 51 minutes ago, people. David Ornstein tweeting, Romeo Lavia has chosen to join Chelsea from Southampton. Liverpool were pursuing but are aware of the decision. Chelsea and the Saints have a relationship and have good relations, so no issues expected on the deal on personal terms. Fee likely to be around 50 million plus add-ons. Earlier today, Liverpool were rumoured. Where is it here? Yeah, made a 60 million bid for Lavia that was accepted. We've lost that twice now, people. And I know this stream was supposed to be a tactics board, and it's going to be a tactics board, but we need to get all this out. I need to vent before I do this. This club is probably the most incompetent club that exists. It just is. It's just the way it is, people. It's just the way it is. I honestly think that the footballing gods look at this crest, and they're like, yeah, this is trash still. This is garbage. Karma's a bitch, and we must have done something. Our karmic history is absolutely terrible. Double. Liverpool's moving in trouble. Oof. Let me not even get in the studio, you see, because last time I was rapping, man got onto me. I'm going to have to make a rap about how dead Liverpool are. Maybe that works, bro. Maybe that works. The PSA I've got, and I put it out there on the Football Terrace as well. Any DMs? Any DMs available? McTominay, Fred. Like Sander Berger. Like, honestly, we are pricks. We are absolute pricks. I had to get into obviously everyone in the building. First of all, big up to everyone in the building. Make sure that we are smashing a like. We are en route to 100 million subscribers, people. So close to that 100 million subscribers. So we got to make sure we're smashing the likes, man. We got to make sure we're smashing the likes. We're about 460 subscribers away from having the first damn watch along in this channel. And I don't know how that will go because you guys haven't seen me live and direct like when Liverpool are playing yet. And I think I'd get cancelled for how I move when we watch Liverpool. So I don't really want to release it, but we made a deal. We said 2K subs. So once we get to 2K subs, that's what we're going to do. But I need to get into you guys first. We've got Anfield Road End saying, had enough of this club mediocre approach to everything. Fritz saying, we need Edwards back. We want Edwards. When do we want him? Hey, the chant is crazy. Shout out to Fritz. We've got Sammy. Big up to Sammy saying, Lavia to Chelsea. Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Listen, all the tunes are playing in my head, man. Let It Burn, Usher, everyone. We got recency bias saying we're screwed. FSG out, Schmacker out, FSG out. The man who employed Schmacker. Let me not talk too much. Let's not talk too much, right? Let's not talk too much. We got Mac LFC saying, look, I know this is about the game, but what the F is going on at Liverpool with the transfers? It's embarrassing. I hope Lavia pies us for dropping him like it's hot. Like dropping him like some hot snot for Moises. We deserve better. Hot snot. That's a new one, Jesus. And we've got Thunder Road in the building saying, better hurry up and get Tyler Adams for 20 M's. Facts. You just accept the dead thing. The rave's about to finish. The dead thing standing at the bar. Hold on. We need to get an image. I need to actually depict it for you guys. Oh, hold on. Let's see if there's something there, man. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. You know what? Yeah, man. Hold on. Where is this? Yeah, man. Yeah, you're coming and seeing something like this. It's gonna save the image, the GIF image. It's never gonna work. But anyway, it's the dead. It's the dead woman at the bar, people. It's crazy. Then we've got Chris LFC saying, we are done. We got Ibrahim saying in a bad mood because of LFC, but hit them down, like, and subscribe. Big up to Ibrahim. Hope you appreciate that a lot. We got Mac FC. We got Zach Grattan. Big up saying, reckon we go back into prime banter era from here on out. Maybe it was meant to happen after the 90s when it did, and Klopp was not supposed to join in 2015. Maybe so, man. Maybe so. Do I mean we got Angel 1968 saying Lavitt is a London cowboy? Is he? I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Boom Boom 43 saying any other pacey DMs available. You let me know. We got Jay Kismet. At the end of the day, the player has a right to choose where he wants to play and live. The London Lights is a pool for most players, and the Northwest isn't. Facts. Speaking facts, man. We got Abdus saying rejection FC. We got Alexander De Los saying the only thing the club can get is fans' money. We are pricks. We got two-time Chelsea staring us in the face. The ops are in the building, people. The ops are in the building. So I need the ops to. We need to smash the like for the ops because we need a moment of silence. You know what? I'm actually going to go and give a moment of silence. Once I hear the "Here we go" on this channel, we're going to have a moment of silence because crazy. This is mad. We got DB saying FSG size, FSG signs need to come out. Enough is enough. Why don't we do this before? Aman Singh saying Sander Berger don't kill. Listen, Sander Berger, Harrison Reed, Dewsbury Hall, Dewsbury Hall, Kessie. Honestly, that's what it is. That's what it is. We are in the room and we're turning up to the auction and the auction's finished. The auction's finished. Ish saying we got bamboozled. Ish, man. Ish, we got bamboozled, man. We did. Honestly, we did, man. We did. We're going to run through this, just waiting for some people to obviously jump on to do the tacticals. We're going to obviously be chopping this up whilst we're doing this. Also, I want to announce to you guys, please, on a more positive note, I'm so grateful to be able to go and do this because it's only due to you guys. But we have finally been able, after all the background work and trying to make sure we can get, content in this, me, myself, and G have finally been able to go and create the Jerry James Show membership live and direct here on the channel, man. It's something that we've wanted to do for a long time, and especially for a lot of you guys that are like OG supporters that have been here from the get-go. I'm talking 10 subscriber times. Do you know what I mean? 10 subscriber times when we were new to. I was new to it. I was new to this whole thing. Me and G were new to this whole thing, and the fact we're able to do that, I'm really happy. There's going to be loads of bonus content. We're talking interviews with ex-pros, professionals as well. A lot of you guys know that I used to go and play football, so been trying to use my connects as much as possible to bring people in. There might be some ex-Liverpool players, or not even ex-Liverpool players. So Liverpool players that are out of favour might even be coming on. It's going to be incredible content. The link, it should be popping up on your screens. If it's not on your screens, let me know, and I'm going to have to put the link into the chat. But I'm so happy that we're able to go and do that. Also, some sick badges that I was able to go and create. Some badges of players. I've slapped a few in there. And there's going to be some funny ones, man. We've got the OG ones right now. And the badges are like, Klopp's face, Gakpo's face, that type of stuff. But, you know how I am. There's going to be some banter ones. We might have to get an FSG out badge, and I might have to create an FSG out badge, and I think that's what's going to be needed. But listen, amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. Moving on. Thunder Road. Oh my God. Man are saying LFC stands for Lavia Fernandez Caicedo. Well, big up to Alexander Delos. It looks like Bajcetic might have to just turn into Kante and Makalele and maybe Gerrard as well. Crazy. James LFC saying, look, I have a horrible feelings, no more signings. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We got Boom 43 saying, Mark, hey, I'm not convinced. Bit of a mess. Go through managers quickly, etc. That's in regards to Mark A saying Chelsea will be back up way sooner than us. We got John saying, look, Dewsbury Hall is our level. Bring him, just bring him in. I beg. Just bring anyone in now, man. We got Bernard Sweeney. Big up to Bernard saying it will be interesting to see see who we go for now. 100%. Mac LFC asking me, what DM do you think we're going to go and get, Jerry? I'm lost for ideas at this point. I'm telling you. Dewsbury Hall. Harrison Reed from Fulham. Guess what? Do you know what we might even do? We're the type of club to go and look at Tsimikas and be like, why not put Tsimikas in the DM? Why not look for solutions and do something mad? Don't be surprised seeing Tsimikas playing as a DM or as a right back or something like that. It's crazy. We got to hear saying, carry on Liverpool, making us fans embarrassing, laughing stock of football. Shanks, Paisley, and them man rolling in the grave. They're more than rolling, man. Man are having fits. Man having fits. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Kolonji saying, well, what do we lose? A mercenary type player and the Jezebel whose feelings are hurt. Hello, FM. We ain't hurt. We bounce back. We are hurt and we're in the mud, bro. And we need to get out of the mud before we can even move forward. We can't even get out of the mud. We got Ibrahim saying, out of words to describe our strategy for business this summer. Yeah. The biggest summer of Liverpool's transfer history. The biggest summer, people. The biggest summer. The biggest summer. Matt, it will be the DM. Big up to KLFC saying we're finished, bruvs. Todd B really said F around and find out. Innit? F around and F around and F around, get smoked. Ish, are you joining me? Let me know, yeah? Ish, breaking news. This is breaking news from Liverpool. LFC have a bid of 60 million for our artifact midfielder Fabinho. Bid accepted. Talks going. Here we go soon. Do you know what else is happening as well? I've got one further. I've got one more further. Liverpool in talks for dynamic midfielder Oxlade-Chamberlain from Besiktas on loan with an option to buy at 5 million. Bro, we are fucked, bro. We are fucked. We are fucked. Oh my God. We are absolutely effed, man. Absolutely effed. Hold on. Let me check where G's at, bro. Let me check where G's at because I'm trying to start this. The more I'm talking about this, the more I'm getting mad. The more I'm talking about this, the more I'm moving mad. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro, man. It's crazy. Guys, make sure we are smashing the like. Angel saying, make a bid for Bissouma. Tottenham have no ambition. K-Mac saying, is Melo still available? Melo's at Fiorentina, is he not? Yeah, he's at Fiorentina. So, boy. Crazy. I can't believe this happened, man. I cannot believe this happened. Anyway, I'm not going to wait too long because we know in a couple of hours or so, Manure are playing. And I know a lot of us are going to want to watch and see what they're saying with Ten Hag and stuff. So we're going to have to... Hold on. No. It was 13th, right? Yeah, it was 13th. So we're going to get into this stats, man. We're going to get into this tactics board. I'm going to break down why on earth certain man we're getting subbed, why on earth certain man we're being played, why, like, listen, it gets crazy. It gets crazy. Yeah, make sure we are smashing the light. I don't know where the hell G is. So yeah, we're gonna have to run it like this. Yeah, I mean, a one-man show, but I'm always up for the challenge. Big before I do that, Ali Nuss, big up to Ali Nuss saying, we took Schmatka for Klopp to join him at fishing. We lost Tonali, Caicedo, Jude, Lavia, and we sold Fabinho. And we sold Henderson. Let's not forget that. And we all saw that we need defenders, not attackers. We bought 2 attacking mids. Mad. Barry Sweeney saying, I feel sick and embarrassed. Listen, mate, I don't know what to say to you, Barry. Hopefully you're having a great holiday. If that's a recent holiday picture, amazing. I'm so happy for you. I wish I could have a holiday again. Because I don't even want to be here, man. This country's rubbish. This team's rubbish. Yeah, we're in the mud. But look, without further ado, we're going to get into the stats, man. Get into the stats. Hopefully you guys can see this. Where are these stats? There we go. One more. Cool. Amazing. Cool. You guys can see this now. So we're starting, man. Obviously, yesterday's game, we're using SofaScore for this one because I was supposed to take G stuff. He's not here, so we're going to use SofaScore. Let's get into it, man. Obviously, massive game as described again. Two teams that are really going through a transition, and they're doing it in different ways. As we know, we're being embarrassed on the transfer market in the transfer window at the moment. But last season, Chelsea were the biggest embarrassment. As we're seeing here, they've made a lot of wholesale changes. We're talking about changes from the lineup to obviously the manager being a massive one for Chelsea. We are still obviously with Jurgen Klopp, but it is a new look midfield, and we did start the game with Tsimikas, with Szoboszlai and McAllister starting in the midfield. Ironically, we know we started with Cody Gakpo, which is the number 18 here, as a midfielder, which is a very interesting take. As when I done the preview, I was quite surprised at that. I was like, I'm not too sure about that. You know, everyone knows I wanted Jones to play, and I wanted Jones to play the deeper of the three midfielders. It seemed as though, hold on. G's coming, finally. But yeah, it seemed as though Alexis McAllister preferred to go and play in the DM role, which was really interesting. And that really, we didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, we spoke, is it in possession, were we going to be a 3 at the back? Was it going to be a 4-2-4? Like, we really didn't know. We tried to break it down. As you see, we did set up in a more or less a 3-3-3, which was really interesting. And we did see Cody Gakpo in the midfield. 2 seconds. Need to bring the man on. Let's see if it's working. Cool. As I'm talking about that, yeah. So as we're going to look here, people, we know with the game, Liverpool started extremely quick. We're talking very much on the front foot, very direct. You could see that was a lot of energy, and the energy in the midfield is a massive difference. I recall to last season in certain games where we tried to do it, but it looked so much more laboursome. And we did seem to have much more legs, press them really high. And when we did that, we were able to go and build a foundation on how to go and play. A few early chances, balls across the box, and of that sort of thing. Great first goal. Great first goal. And we're going to get into the goal, but I'm just summarising the game. Great first goal. A ball from a deep line kind of playmaking role from McAllister, who had a very decent game, albeit in a poor performance all round for the team when we look at it, and we're going to break it down. Great ball from McAllister into Salah. Salah kills the ball dead. Does what he's always done. Runs at Colwill. Colwill does quite well and gets his distances deep. Like he does well with his distances because he doesn't get beaten. But he allows Salah to go and play a ridiculous through eye of the needle pass straight into Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz gets on the end of it. We've seen Mane and Salah do that for years, and that was really encouraging to see, especially when a lot of us have never questioned Luis Diaz's talent, but also his ability to fit into the Klopp system and be more of a system player as opposed to being like a maverick and a kind of unpredictable type of player. And we knew, because that Salah knew Diaz was going to be there, and that was a really good move to go and see. We follow that up with a ridiculous, again, high pressure, Trent winning the ball back and playing a lovely through ball to Salah, and Salah's able to go and finish clinically. And that, I want to know what you guys think about that. I know it was offside, but by how much? And and correct me if I'm wrong, people. I'm pretty sure that there was a rule stating that this year or was it in the Champions League maybe? But this year, it doesn't matter what part of your body is like onside. Even if it's at your toe that's onside and your rest of your body is off, that means you're on, because I think they wanted to create more goals. I thought that was being played, going to be put into play this season. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was in the Champions League, but that was quite surprising to me. We do that, and in the first 35 minutes, first 20 minutes, we are incredible. Chelsea then come into the game and make a few tweaks with their position, the positioning of Kenny Chukwuemeka, the positions of Sterling as well, allowing Reece James and Ben Chilwell to press really high. And when they did that, they caused a lot of problems. And look, Diazy scored Dizazi scored their right back on the day, or their third centre back on the day, scored from a set piece that we went and played, and a ball coming into the box. Really poor from our perspective, not getting the ball out as good as we can. But at the same time, it's something that we're looking at and we're like, cool, we're getting much, 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 much better. Like, as in, look, that those things happen, but at the end of the day, we need to be stronger in those situations. But after that, we really struggled. Gakpo, in the first instance, and we're going to talk about it, looked really good in that midfield area because he had a lot of energy, was able to press and get about, and having him and Dominic Szoboszlai on either end really, really pressing gave us a lot of like joy, especially being able to win the ball back. When they started to get possession, though, that tactic became null and void because we started to give the ball away. When we won it, we'd go so direct that we just give the ball back to Chelsea. And the more Chelsea had the ball, the more they were getting into the game. And by the end of the game, it looked as if it's like we're playing against prime Barca. That's a mad to say about a team with a midfield of what Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez with Kenny Chukwuemeka tucking in as well, and at times Sterling. That was crazy to me. Yeah, it seemed as though they were able to overload the midfield and also then attack our wide areas. Robertson looked under pressure for a lot of the game. Trent out of position for a lot of the game as well. I know the stats look a bit off in this game for me, in my opinion, but decent. Diogo Jota had a poor game. Cody Gakpo we spoke about as well. And then Luis Diaz and Salah started to fade the more the game went on. As we're looking here at the stats, these are the stats for the whole game. They're on the left-hand side, people. As we can see here, expected goals, very, very similar, but Chelsea edging it by, 0.10 or so, 0.2. I mean, not that much in it. Expected goals for Chelsea, 1.35. The expected goals for Liverpool were 1.28. I expected assists were 1.16, with the assists expected for Liverpool being 0.85, which is a massive, massive issue. The crazy, crazy stat for me, and it's really highlighted, I know it's a basics stat, is obviously ball possession, people. Klopp stated in the podcast, the We Are Red podcast on Liverpool, the first characteristic he wanted to go and see from this Liverpool team this season was possession. We gave away possession like it was nothing, and I think that's one of the lowest bits of possession that we've had in a long time on the Liverpool. If I recall and I remember the stats correctly, I think the last time we had that amount of possession was against Man City in 2018. And that's a Man City team that won the league, which is crazy, people. Looking here, total shots. We had more shots than them. They obviously had had 3 more on target than us. So much more clinical on that side of things. We had 7 shots off target, 5 block shots. They had 2. Corner kicks the same. We were caught offside much more. We were going really, really direct. We were causing a lot of fouls as well. We're talking 13 fouls to 5 fouls from Chelsea. It means that we really didn't have the ball and we're really trying to break down what they were trying to do. Yellow cards is a stalemate as well, just at the scoreline, 3-3. Free kicks, they had 13 free kicks to our 5, 23 throw-ins to our 11, and we had 10 goal kicks to their 6. When we move on, we're looking at big chances. Chelsea had 5 big chances in the game with 4 big chances missed. Liverpool had 2 big chances with 1 big chance missed, hitting the woodwork once through that Salah strike, and we'll obviously get into all those nooks and crannies. Chelsea had 1 counter-attack against us. We had 1 counter-attacking shot, and I believe that was through Jackson. 9 shots inside the box to Liverpool's 8. We had 5 shots outside the box. Really, really interesting because we're not really a team renowned for having shots outside the box under Klopp, but that's what seemed to be the tactic yesterday. 1 shot outside the box, obviously, for Chelsea, and then Alisson making 4 saves with 0.44 goals prevented for Liverpool, for Chelsea, by Liverpool's goalkeeper. In terms of passes, we got really trumped, man. We're talking about 700 passes or so for Chelsea, 400 passes for Liverpool. Our accuracy was about 80%. Theirs was 87%. We had 64% of our passes of Chelsea passes were long balls, and 37% of our passes were long balls. As you can see, being much, much, much more accurate as well in our long passing. The switches were really, really on for Chelsea. And then in terms of crosses, we're very, very similar with 27 and 25% respectively for both teams. Rounding off some of the stats here, we had a 67% dribble success. Well, Chelsea did to our 63. we won possession 124%. Chelsea won it 157%. 157 times. Winning 47 duels, we won 40, and winning twice as many aerial duels than us, 12-6. With us, obviously, having quite a small defensive mid as well in McAllister. However, we made more tackles, more interceptions, and more clearances than Chelsea, albeit with less possession. I can hear G's in the background here. Shout out to G.
Yeah, man. About bros.
What are you saying, man? What are you saying? Yeah, just running through those stats. Just chat to me, man. Chat to me about obviously the game. Summarize any stats, any key points, because obviously I know you did the preview recording for this show. So guys, if you haven't watched it, please make sure you're heading over to GTV and you're checking it out, because that was a very, very in-depth analysis talking about the game. And then here we're gonna just build on some of the points that G obviously brought up. But yeah, chat to us, man. What was really alarming for you in that game, and just using the stats as a obviously reference point?
Brother, are we playing FIFA? Like, why are you having so many shots but only got one on target? Like, I don't quite understand that. Like, why you got 13 shots but one on target? So that tells me very wasteful. But we knew that anyway. And we saw the game. We saw how that was panning out. Really, I'll be honest, it's the ball possession that you mentioned. I think you said about, was it the last time since what? The City
2018 against City. That
2018
possession, yeah, from 2018, and it's the fourth. It's the fourth highest possession. Like the fourth conceded. The most possession we've conceded. Yeah. So the fourth that's since Klopp's come, and that's accounting every City game we've played. Every.
That's a good record, to be fair. That's a good record, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Klopp for that one. But yeah, I mean, bro, you had 13 shots, you had one on target. Like, that is dead. I don't even know. That's not even a ratio. That's just a dead kind of thing. You guys can see it, man. The ball possession. You know what it is, yeah. Even when I was doing the analysis for the game and stuff like that, and hearing everybody talk, and obviously me and Jerry, you know, alongside a few others like Ish, Roms, and a couple other men, like, we talk about the game, you know, while we're watching it, and we're always analyzing the game as thorough as we possibly can, but we're always saying the same things, bro. Like, I almost feel like you guys are just going to get bored of us talking. You know what I mean? Trying to analyze these games now, because it kind of follows the same thing whether we win or lose. The only difference will be ball possession 9 times. Well, barring the City games, as you mentioned, and maybe Arsenal games, we'll probably have the most possession in games. Everything else, I kind of feel like will be the same. Maybe the shots on target, we would have had maybe 3 or 4 on target, maybe score 2 or 3 of them, kind of thing. But it's the same kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of boring when we're looking at some of these statistics, man. And I just think it is quite alarming to know that first game of the season, who was the new manager and who's the veteran manager? Who's had their team for 2 weeks or for 2 months, and who's had their team for 7 years? Who had about 2 new players, and the other 9? What's that? Yeah, 9 were players that, you know, have been at the club for, you know, quite some time. You know, it's time after time, bro. I'm just bored. Honestly, I'm just bored, man. Liverpool are just so boring to watch these days. Like, I don't know when it happened, but it's like a switch just came on. I don't know if teams just got better, but watching that Chelsea game, I was just like, you're supposed to be the team who have control, but we do not have control. We had 35 minutes of, yeah, this looks all right. You know what I mean? Maybe we can bag a goal or 2, and then that was it. You know what I mean? That was the game. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what you thought in regards to the game in itself, but yeah, man.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, when I'm talking about the game, it's one where, because we had such a good start, it clouds people's judgment a bit.
So you see, just before you continue, yeah, I saw someone talk about this. I don't know if I tagged you or not. If I didn't, I'll tag you after this or in a second when my phone turns on. You see the way that we have these good starts in games, and then if everyone realized, as soon as we have good starts, we just fade. Like, it just seems to fade. Like, regardless of anything, it just has a period where it just fades away, And then that's when the other team starts to look a lot more dangerous. Obviously, coming up against a good Chelsea side managed by a very good manager. So, you know, that they're going to try and capitalize, you know, upon that. It's because of the intensity that we're trying to bring to these.
Raw. I'm going to allow G to come back because I know he's about to cook. But someone don't want him speaking, bro. Someone don't want him speaking at all. Wow.
Bro, every time I talk about Klopp, you know, something crazy always happens, you know. Like, honestly, YouTube trying to do a mazza. YouTube always trying to do me wrong. But yeah, no, I was saying, anytime we play with this level of intensity in these games, everyone could probably agree. Liverpool start fast, intense. Man says, ends you're dumb. Maybe lose my train of thought. When we start these games really, really well, you just notice there's always a pattern within the next 20 minutes after that. It just fades all the time. And you're just like, you don't understand why we're just constantly cutting out. But it's because of the level of intensity. That's why we actually have to score at least 2 or 3 goals, but more or less 2, and then we can kind of relax a little bit. And even if the other team, but if we don't, we saw what happened, and we've seen in other games before, where even in the games towards the back end of the season, where we were winning games, you even noticed it. If Liverpool weren't scoring inside the first 25, 30 minutes, the game looked a little bit etchy. Again, as per usual with Liverpool, we've got individual quality over most teams. Salahs, the Diaz's, the Jotas, you know, we've got the Trents. These guys are far better than some of the players that we're coming up against. So that moment of brilliance that they have, they're more than likely going to score, as opposed to the players that we're coming up against. It's going to be a bit more difficult for them. But individual quality could save us this season. Otherwise, the patterns of play, Jerry, man, I'm just not seeing it, bro. And I'm getting bored of getting onto Klopp every single week about this pattern of play, bro. Like, something needs to change.
I mean, we're saying that, and maybe he just can't do it. Maybe that's not his way of doing it. Like, I'm not saying I don't want people saying, "Oh, that's harsh. He's a rubbish." I'm not saying he's a rubbish manager. I'm not saying anything. Like
he's
that.
not a rubbish manager. Let's not get twisted.
It's like, if you told Guardiola, yeah, you can't play at the back. You can't play at the back. You can't have a ball playing DM. You need to go and stick like a Marvelous Nakamba in there or something. Man that's just gonna run around and crunch man and that, and just he couldn't do it. And maybe Klopp just can't do it because it's been something that's been popping a long time. Hold on. It's happened for a long time. But look, we got Ish in the building.
Yeah.
When Ish ain't got his camera on, we know Ish is fuming. Chat to us, man.
My head is on the moon right now, My head is on the moon right now. Forget the Caicedo Lavia take, because I'm sure we'll get onto that in a bit. But based on the performance yesterday, bro, we got a lot of work to do. I think it was G that just said it now. You look at the two teams and you say one's just had a manager for like 3-4 weeks, the other one's had the same guy for 8 years. You wouldn't know which one was which, man. You would not know which one was which. The possession stat is not surprising at all, man. We were just hooping it away, no control over the game. It was just like Chelsea would have a chance and we just boot it back to them like a slipping attack the defence, man. It wasn't good enough. It was not good enough.
Yeah.
I put the game to finish. When it got to like 70 minutes, I was like, yeah, let me just take this point and go home. But it was long, all kinds of long.
100%, man. 100%. Just you speaking on that as well. I've got some images to go and show people. So I'm going to use this. This is Brighton against Luton Town, right? And as you can see, Luton forward line very, very narrow, really wanting to go and press their back four. Well, their back three and Dahoud, that obviously came and dropped deep to get the ball. As you can see, the distances between all players on this pitch for Brighton, it's about 3 yards between every player. Means that they can create an overload, but play short passing and really just pick off whoever's pressing them. So Pelly Mapanzu, Carlton Morris, top right of the screen in the orange. It was just easy. It was just easy to go and pass around, and you can see it. This is Liverpool trying to build up.
Thing is, as well, I remember this clip exactly. What happens 2 seconds later? No, Alisson plays to Van Dijk. Van Dijk just
Van Dijk just hoofs it. Yeah, because he can't. Because he can't. Because as soon as because this,
no.
yeah, because this, yeah, but this is what happens though. It's because the gap, the distances are too big. So look, if Van Dijk gets the ball, Jackson's pressing him at an angle where he's cutting off Alisson. He can't go back to Alisson. The only pass he could really play maybe is a higher ball into Konate, right? Like facing that way. But you know what Konate is like, and not only that, we're just not that team. So for us to go and do that is incredibly, incredibly difficult. I wish I could draw on StreamYard, you know. Do you know how beneficial that would be? If I could just like draw on screen.
StreamYard, are you listening? Are you listening to what we're saying?
Yeah, bro? Yeah, mad. But anyway.
They're just trying to get that Monday Night Football analysis in there,
yeah? Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I'm trying to do that. So look, you could do that pass 100%, but that is crazy, right? Van Dijk could first time pass it into McAllister. Man, Fernandes is already pressing him. Fernandes is already onto him. So by the time that ball's come, Fernandes is right up McAllister's arse. Trent isn't obviously, he's just not showing for the ball at all because
what is Trent on, bro?
But think about it though. Someone's got to be there though. Someone has to be in that position. I'm saying he's not showing for the ball, but he can't be because as soon as the ball goes into McAllister, let's say McAllister can get it, there needs to be like an outlet to go and progress the ball. It's the distance.
No, but
Robbo's all the way out wide like a fullback, and Konate is all the way wide like a fullback. You can only stretch the defenders like that if you then congest the middle with players. Like back in the day, the way Tiki Taka was with Barca, where the centre backs would peel off wide, your six would drop in to receive the ball, but then he's also got the keeper's also got. To the left of the six, he's got one of the eights, and to the right of the six, he's got one of the other eights, and he's got a fullback that's mad high that he can clip it into. We don't have that at all. And this is the problem. Compare that to this. Look at the distances. McAllister, so Dahoud was the deep line playmaker for Brighton in that game. He's in this 18-yard box. McAllister you've got what? Dunk on the left, you've got Hecky, and you've got Webster, right? All in the box, all in the 18-yard box. Comfortable in possession, knowing that, yes, the distances are short. It's less ground for the defenders to cover, but guess what? They can pop the ball about. I just chucked that in there again to show you people.
This is why I'm so baffled. Like, you know what? You could even keep that Liverpool one up, to be honest, because this is why I'm so confused as to why, like, the players that you're signing, the only way that they can play ball is that De Zerbi way, which is you showed there. I don't know if you can get it up again, but you can see there with McAllister the position that he's in, where usually, even if, for example, when he was playing for Brighton, he would be, him or Kai said would be in that position anyway. Do you get what I mean? He's not even the actual problem. He can be in that position because I trust him to take the ball anyway under that pressure and not lose it, so to speak, in that position. But everything Jerry's saying, it look like your space. This is what I don't understand. Do you not know how to play a three at the back? This is not how you play with three at the back. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't work like this. You should not have this massive amount of space. I can only assume what you're trying to do is stretch it and pray that if Alisson doesn't play a dibby-dabby pass and can just kind of get that ball into Van Dijk can then either, well, really and truly, your options are give it to McAllister and then go from there, praying that Robbo maybe might be able to go out on that left-hand side. If, who is that? Raheem Sterling decides to maybe push up a little bit on, Van Dijk potentially, or come inside to maybe help mark, McAllister, and then Van Dijk can clip that ball into Robbo, which is usually what we try to do to get the play going forward. I don't understand why you have this fucking level of distance, bro. But this is what I'm trying. Like, this is what everything Jerry said is everything we've been trying to tell people in regards to this man and tactically. This isn't just yesterday's game. Let's not even be disingenuous. This has happened for ages. This has literally happened for ages. But the thing is now is that you're now bringing in even more players to try and do stuff like this, and it just ain't working, bro. And I'm just not feeling it, at all. To be honest with you, that's my issue, and it will always be the issue. Is tactically, I just feel like you don't really have a clue as to what's kind of going on. But we're here. This is what your back line looks like, people. This right here. This is it. This is your back line.
Left and right side of centre backs not even be in a box like that.
Not even in a box, crazy.
Man, if Van Dijk lost the ball, it's peak. It's peak. They're through on goal, 1v1, and the goal's even open right now. Like, it must be coaching because we've got the same problem in and out of possession as well. Out of possession, the centre back with the gaps between our back three is way too wide. In possession now, you can see two of them are not even in the box. Van Dijk's just chilling on his ones. So it must be a coaching thing. It must be a coaching thing. If not, Klopp's just letting these guys do whatever they want.
I mean, look, it is a coaching thing. It is a coaching thing because not only that, look, I understand. Like, if we go back, like, if we talk about, look, I understand the premise of it. By the way, for everyone talking about my rose tinted glasses, saying that I'm not a top red, here you go. I got my rose tinted glasses for you, man. Right here. These are my top red glasses, isn't it? So anytime I'm being a top red, I'm gonna start slapping these on from now on. Quick one now. Yeah, so what Liverpool are trying to do, and I get it, because I used to do it, but you've done this at 4 at the back, so it's still a bit different, is you drop off and you split really, really wide, yeah? Trusting that your keeper can go and play. And we've seen
Jerry, before you continue, what was the first thing you just said in that sentence? What was the first bit of that sentence that you just said?
What 4 at the back?
Okay, so continue. Just so that you all heard what he just said. So continue.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's the premise, though, isn't it? It's the premise. So you get the ball, you split mad wide, you find the man, and because you're splitting wide, the striker can't go and press one individual very easy. So if we go back to this, right, it's very easy, right? Not easy, but it's easier to go and press both players when the gaps are this small between them, if you know what I mean.
Of course,
because even if it was just one player, because you can run to one, he pops it off, you can kind of anticipate. We've seen Mane win the ball back from a lot of centre backs like that. Here, as you can see, the gap, like Jackson won't. If Alisson passes that ball to Konate, Jackson can't press Alisson anymore. Like, do you know what I mean? The problem is though, you're doing that, and when we used to go and do that, and I'll tell you why we did that when I used to play, right? And it's so funny because it's Luton that we're playing. So it's mad. Luton would have done the same thing. Is you do that to bring the team onto you so you can go and hit the space in behind and be very, very direct. That's what Liverpool tried to go and do. Think of how our 2 chances came from Salah. It was McAllister playing a long ball out wide and then we were running at them. It's being direct. And that's the type of team that we are. The problem is, if you're being direct, you're succumbing to not having the ball. But you've got ball players on the pitch.
We'll just go around in circles, man.
No, but this is why it's making sense to me. It's not like we haven't gone out. We haven't gone out and just said, you know what? I'm trying to grab Tyler Adams, flipping Kefren Turam, and a bloody McGinn or something. Even McGinn's got played, but McGinn. Then you know within yourself, okay. This team, 9 times out of 10, they're going to outrun you, They're going to outrun you. So you best believe they don't mind not having the ball. And that's scary. But everyone remember, right? Does everyone remember the All or Nothing, the Man City one? When Man City were coming up against Liverpool. No. This is like a couple years ago now.
A couple years ago.
First All or Nothing, the Man City one. Where Man City went and where Guardiola is speaking to his assistant and he's like, it's mad. It's difficult because Liverpool are always more dangerous when they haven't got the ball. They don't need the ball. So us having possession, it's like we need possession to be good ourselves, but so we can't give away possession because we're not as good out of possession. But when we've got the ball, they're the most dangerous. because our
That
midfield
would make
didn't
sense.
care about having the ball. Because the team didn't care about having the ball. Right now, you've got players, Trent going inverted. You've got Robertson trying to be a creator now. Do you know how many forward passes he made in that game? I mean, like 13 forward passes. He made more forward passes than Gakpo.
We'll talk about Robbo in a minute. Because see that performance there. But
No, you know what, yo, before we
We'll
get
get
to
into it. We'll get
Robbo,
into it.
yeah,
We'll
you
get
know,
into
yeah,
it.
we'll
We'll
get
get into it. I know you got your Robbo shirt on the back at the moment, so I hear you.
yeah, Robertson 26. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
hear you.
man,
But,
man can't get onto him too tough. But
yeah.
what you're saying though is actually quite interesting. It's good insight actually. What Jerry was saying there about when he used to play with like 4 at the back and why they would do exactly what Liverpool are doing. But I go back to what Jerry said right at the beginning of that. He's doing it with the 4 at the back. We're trying to do it with 3 at the back. So the numbers just ain't really, you hear what I'm saying? The math ain't really mathing in that kind of sense. But in the premise of, I do get why you would, I guess, do it. The problem you do have is exactly what we said. We're just going around in circles here. We have ball players in the team, so play that type of football. Stop trying to play a direct type of game. We don't need to. Like, this isn't, as Jerry just said there again, back then we didn't care. Like, we didn't have ball players, Fabinho and all them. Like, them men are, they're calm, they're professional football players, so they have a level of technique and a level of ability, but they don't need the ball. Give the ball to Salah, Mane, Firmino, they do their thing. We've got players now. Szoboszlai, you got McAllister, he can sit on the ball for a bit longer if you need him to. Trent can sit on the ball a bit longer in the right areas when you need him to. Now it's just still trying to go direct. And I'm just like, bro, that can work at times. That cannot be your main tactic with these players. It just can't be, because what do you then do with Thiago and Bajcetic? What do you do with those guys when they come in here? Because they're ball players. They're not direct guys.
But what were they doing? When you think of Thiago at Liverpool, right? Bar that
square
volley,
pegs round holes.
But bar that volley that he scored. No, square pegs round. But bar that volley that he scored, yeah. When's the last time you remember a De Bruyne type of esque through ball on the ground when man's played it through in between the gap the same way Trent did for Salah's goal, like Salah's disallowed goal? I can't remember the last time Thiago did that.
That's not really his game, though. To be fair, like what I will say is what Thiago is good at, and what we were lacking yesterday, is that we had no one to help us sustain attacks. Whereas Thiago would help us kind of recycle the ball. Gini was very good at it as well. Hendo, even when he like 1920, was very good at this as well. They would help us sustain attacks, because when we'd go forward and Trent would be playing those balls in, once the attack got the ball back, they'd be playing it out, and we'd help recycle it. Yesterday there was none of that. Yesterday it was like we had an attack. Chelsea gave us the ball, we gave it back to them. Then they went in there, stayed in attack. We didn't have anyone in the team who could help us string 4 or 5 passes together, apart from McAllister, really. Everyone else, Trent's trying to play hero ball. Szoboszlai's trying to take 3 man on. He was good at that, but sometimes you just need to play that 5-yard pass to help keep the possession a bit longer. We didn't have that yesterday. Gakpo wasn't really doing it either. Diaz.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying, what my point was, is that with Thiago, his main thing, when I think of him at Liverpool, it's him doing a shimmy and then spraying a mad ball over the top into space. That's what I think of when I think of Thiago. Like, we've won the ball back, and then he goes, and then everyone goes, oh, and we get excited, and the fans are clapping because he spread it out into Salah or someone. Like, when's the last time you saw him go and do like he done it when he first came? When he first came, I remember the pass.
That first game.
Do you remember? Everything was on the ground. Everything was just like, no looks there. No, he doesn't do that anymore. It's like you said, retaining possession, which I agree. We couldn't retain possession as a team at all. But what I'm saying is, even when Thiago and Bajcetic are on the pitch, it's still a long ball. McAllister, what are people praising about? It's the long ball. It's the long ball into the channels, into Salah. We're not set up to go and build intricately, because these men are too far away.
Klopp must have been telling these man to try and get the ball quickly as forward as possible, because we know McAllister has got that in the game. But I just felt like yesterday it was just like, got the ball, it was like, yeah, you have it back. Like, there was no control over the game at all. Not for any point of it, apart from like the first 20 minutes.
You know what, Strokes? Why is it, yeah? Happened to Gini Wijnaldum, Barcelona. It happened to Luis Diaz when he first came. Happened to Thiago in his first game. Why is it, yeah? When you don't give these men instructions, yeah, you just told them, nah, just, you know what I'm saying, just go out there. Thiago had 45 minutes. He ain't really played with the team like that. Just go and do your thing. Man see a masterclass, you know, man see craziness. Like, I'm seeing things that I'm like, right, yo, if you add this to the team, yeah, Liverpool are cooking. Luis Diaz, I get onto him all the time. When he first came, I wasn't getting onto him. Why? Because that Diaz didn't have no coaching from Klopp. That Diaz wasn't told no system. That Diaz was told, brother, go out there, do your thing. No worries, man. No, don't worry. Like, you'll just understand when you understand. How about that? We're gonna move Mane into the middle. You just go out there on the left. Just take on everyone, do your thing. That's when I was seeing the best of Diaz. See this Diaz that man's watching now? I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even feeling you anymore, you know. This Thiago I'm watching now? Yeah, I'm not even feeling you anymore. Ginny, more time I was like, I'm not really even feeling you like that, you know, too tough, like in this team. Like you do things well, calm, but that Barcelona game was literally your best game because you were just told, well, you were clearly told something and you just decided to do something else. And we saw what you were capable of. I don't understand it. The second these players get coached into this system, and I'm only talking about the technical ballers, you know, the ones who are really good on the ball and good in that attacking third of the pitch. As soon as they get coached, Zoboslai, brothers come here to just be, Jerry said it, I think he said it yesterday. His brother's just like Hendo 2.0. That's dead. I'm not trying to see all of that. Like, I didn't want this guy here so I can see Henderson, but just a faster version or like a fitter Henderson. Why don't you just buy Conor Gallagher? Yeah, I'm saying, like, we didn't need Zoboslai to do all of that. Like, I want Zoboslai to do what Zoboslai is really, really good at in that attacking third, being able to cut out wide, being a danger, you know, in and around goal. There was times when I thought like he maybe should take a shot, but it's almost like he's been told, brother, don't shoot from there. Like, I kind of need you to just keep the ball. No, man, let him shoot. Let him do his thing, man. He's a fantastic shooter from outside the box, but you come here and all of a sudden now you're just being told, yeah, do this and do that. And I get, obviously, when you move to certain teams, there are certain things you have to learn. But I'm sorry, we ain't Manchester City. So man, is it being told super difficult things where it's like, all right, so I need you to have eyes at the back of your head, eyes on the side. I also need you to understand that I need you to think of the 3 passes before you've even done your 4th pass. Like, it's not that type of difficulty. It's really just get the ball as quickly as possible to the wingers or get the ball into Trent, let him do whatever like, these are basic, more or less instructions that are being told to some of these players, judging by what we're seeing on the pitch. I don't understand why we are coaching a lot of these things out of these players. And that is what is always going to bug me, is that as good as Klopp is, when Klopp has his team, so the Milners, you know, the boring players, like when he has all of those guys, yo, he'll do job. And I saw Angel, you said it in the thing that that won us a UCL, it won us a Premier League, it won us all these things when he has his type of players. But start adding a bit of, you know what I'm saying, je ne sais quoi and all of that. Well, hey, I don't know, man. It's starting to look a little bit.
But the reason is like Klopp's having to do that because it's that only works, right? Like you see in this game, like the game yesterday, right? If we had a midfield of like Gini, Wijnaldum, Milner, and Henderson, you know, we win that game.
Playing the way we did yesterday, probably so.
No. The reason, 100%, because the reason why we win that game is because the midfield, not only are they not going to go in, but this is what it is. Liverpool naturally, right, especially when we go and play with Szoboszlai and Gakpo, naturally, they are players that are direct players. They're not players that come and get on the ball when they want to be slow on the ball. And do you know what I mean? And when you're tired, you revert to what you do naturally. You just revert to what you do naturally.
That's what the tweet was saying. That's what the tweet was saying.
Who was saying that?
The thing I was supposed to tag you in, that's literally what they were saying. The team, when they get tired, they revert back to what they know naturally. That's why we start to fade away. Yeah.
But that's what happens. So naturally, like you see, like Robertson, right? You can tell Robertson to like, be calm and don't push on and don't. When you're in the midst of the game and you're getting tired, all of a sudden Robert goes.
See if I can find it.
And the chains in mouth and all that, and you're running, that is ducking down.
Yeah, old school.
You know.
Robert's football IQ is
chain in mouth and stuff, and you're ducking. It's like that's what happens. That's what happens. The same way what happens with Van Dijk. Van Dijk's on it. When he becomes tired and laboursome, do you not see even like his passing and stuff? It don't look like mad sharp. You know, like when Carragher used to play, Carragher, every pass was like an effort. It was like, I need to concentrate on this pass. Van Dijk just starts like just kicking, like just swinging his leg at the ball, and it goes to the player, but he just lackadaisical with how he plays. That's what our team's doing. So when you've got Gakpo and Szoboszlai in the midfield, they're so direct. Every time you got the ball, Gakpo, I need to run at this man. I need to try and find a forward ball instead of like checking back and being like, no, I'm going to keep the ball. No, play it back to the centre back. Let's recycle. We're not going to go and do that. Whereas Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, they're naturally more like that. And they can go and do the pressing. So Klopp knows, I think in that game, I think, yeah, that works. The problem is, we've been criticizing this, those players don't work now because the teams look at us and they give us too much respect. So when they start sitting off and Henderson, look how many times I remember we had bare the ball and Henderson's on the edge of the box. That's when we've been crying out for a Szoboszlai and a Gakpo and a this, because it's like now near the box, we want something to happen. We want a little 1-2, a little, do you know what I mean? But nothing's happening. It's just a ball, a first time hoof ball over into the back post from Hendo, and that don't work, and then we recycle it. In this game, though, we did miss that old school movement. We did. And Szoboszlai tried to go and provide it and was obviously better than Gakpo. I think he's a bit more intelligent in that position. Having Gakpo in there, along with a Jota, along with a Diaz, along with a Suarez, Salah, it's just so direct. You ain't going to do jack, man. You're just not going to do jack. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. And even naturally, Szoboszlai is more direct as well. I think that's even compounded by the fact that when we took off those players and Doak and Elliott and Jones came on, what Elliott is a very direct type of player. He's not a type of player that wants to come deep and slow the game down and be more of like a Morton. You know, Morton's more just like, I'm not going to be direct. I'm just going to keep it around a bit. Or like you might have like Rodri. Rodri's not necessarily very direct. He's just very like, oh, okay, don't worry, I'll have the ball here. Rico Lewis ain't really direct with how he plays. He just keeps it really ticking. When they're when you ain't got that, you're in trouble now. You got Trent as well, who's not very direct. He's very direct. Sorry, he's not very. So every ball's got to be 100 mile an hour into the front man, into space, over the top. That's the problem we've got.
Big up Angel 968. I don't think we're not saying that he's a wash manager, but there's a level of evolution that that he's just not seemingly at this moment, like right now, as of today, the 14th of August 2023. There's a level of evolution that he doesn't seem to actually have. People keep telling me he's played different formations, we do things differently, blah blah blah. I'm watching the game. And then after games, obviously, you do the analysis and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm looking at the heat maps, and I'm like, it's exactly the same as it's always been. There is literally no difference. But the only difference I probably say in the team right now is Trent. Trent is probably the one thing that you could say is different about this team in terms of the positions he now takes up. Everything else is more or less exactly the same. I don't know. I didn't see the stream before I come in, so I don't know if Jerry was able to show you guys the average positions and stuff like that, but it's all the same. And there's just that level of evolution that we are just, for some weird reason, yes, Liverpool unbeaten in 11 games. I hear it. Do you know what I mean? And there's something to be said, about that, in itself. But the reality of it is, look deeper into those 11 games. Look at how we've been playing in those 11 games. Look at the teams that we played in those 11 games. Where were they at? Like, there's so much context to those kind of things that we're not talking about the 11 game run towards the end of, the 18-19 season when we were battling with Manchester City, where the wins were convincing, even the ones which were only by a goal, but the wins were convincing. The performances were convincing. The way that we were playing was convincing, even though we were probably only winning 2-1 here, 1-0 there, 2-0 there, wasn't scoring 5-6 goals, but the play of football was such a joy to watch in terms of Liverpool just looked convincing, never even looked like losing. Now we're looking at, and forget, like, I see people naming managers and all of that. Forget all of that. It's just about the evolution. It's just about understanding tactically what you do have and what you can do with this team. I've said it 100 times. We've got ballers in this team. I'm not going to diss this team and say, bro, they've got ballers. Curtis Jones, Thiago, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Trent. We got ballers. We got man who can fully kick ball in this team. I don't need these guys to run. Like, I don't want them to run. I don't want that to be all I see. I don't know what his name is, but there's someone on Twitter who keeps talking about Szoboszlai. Like, he's from Hungary, I'm assuming. And he keeps bringing up, every time Szoboszlai plays, he keeps bringing up Szoboszlai's stats. The stats that he's bringing up is ground jewels, how much he's run. I'm like, but I don't give a flying fuck, because when he was at Leipzig, I promise none of you cared about how many ground jewels he's winning in games and how many aerial jewels and how many duels contested he would. None of you cared. Nobody cared. Why? Because that's not what you were looking for in that player. But since he's come here, that is all people care about. And I'm like, why would that be the thing that you care about when it shouldn't be? We have ballers. We have a very, very good midfield when you get these guys playing football. McAllister, under pressure, this guy is solid. Give the ball with 3 men around him. I guarantee he's not panicking. He's not panicking. Jones probably could do the same thing. He's not panicking in these kind of situations. But when we have it in this type of system, the way that Klopp's playing it, and Jerry showed you guys there with the defenders spread out like we're in the red light district, I'm just like, bro, it isn't just making any level of sense, man. And this is just, for me, we're going to win games. We're probably going to beat, I want to say Bournemouth, but I don't know if it is Bournemouth we have next. We're probably going to beat Bournemouth 4-0, probably. And everyone's going to be like, look at the patterns of play and blah, blah, blah. I guarantee, I'll say it now, Bournemouth probably have at least 5 shots in a game. Maybe even 2 or 3 on target. Whether Solanke can put them away is obviously another thing. But it's just one of those kind of things, like, it's just becoming silly, like, really, honestly, like, the way that we are playing, it's just pattern every single week. And I am bored of talking about the same thing every single week, man. We finished 5th last season, bro. Like, we didn't fucking finish 2nd playing sexy football. Like, we finished 5th playing shit all season. Like, something needs to change, and we're still playing kind of like a bit dead now. The only difference, Jerry said it the other day, something I didn't even clock too tough until Jerry said it. Liverpool's good football comes when we're literally so close to the edge of the box. As soon as we get to the edge of the box, yeah, that's when it starts to pattern up. Gakpo or Trent or someone, whoever's there in the box, is like, they start doing the quick, we've got players who, because they're so direct, it's all quick football and do. That's when it actually looks good. Everything else is just, I'm just not really understanding. It's like in parts we might get it. Like for the goal against Chelsea, I think, can't remember who played it into McAllister, one ball into Salah, Salah into Diaz. That was literally it. That was the move. That was it. And that's fine to do every now and again. I really don't mind that. I don't want people to think you can't play that kind of football. But that football has a time and place to be able to do that. Don't continuously keep trying to do the same thing against some of these Premier League teams. This ain't Firth. This ain't Darmstadt. Like, man can't keep running these kind of things all the time, man. Like, we need to have a little bit about us when we are playing. We need to have more passages of play. Our build-up needs to be far better than it is. If you've got the team playing so far up the pitch, hey, guess what? You guys may just have to drop a little bit. Maybe we bring Salah into the game a little bit on that right-hand side. Like, there's got to be so many different aspects to the way that we play. It can't be this basic, man. Because otherwise, I'm just not really on trying to watch all of this. Like, it's just boring. It's just boring. Sorry, that was just
no, that was needed, man. That was needed. I'm just apparently I need to just check this.
What now? If it's the Lavia thing, then
no, it's not even that. It's okay, there's nothing there. I thought it was something for a second. I thought it was something about Liverpool rejecting the chance to sign Enzo Fernandez last summer for 15 million.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that. We did. Yeah, we weren't really on it.
Yeah, mad. Yeah, like the thing is, I agree with everything you're saying. That what this reminds me of, this whole Liverpool situation, especially from a tactical standpoint, is we're going to become a bit like Arsenal back in the day, like when Henry and everyone left. What I mean by that is you're going to have a young team that are not solid enough to go and keep other teams out. Because, like I said, what we should have had these players 2-3 seasons ago, whilst the team was solid and everyone, and having the little components for that soft line in there.
Yeah.
Because then they're able to go and do what they're doing within a system that's already very much working and it's operational. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to be the ball playing team when you start off becoming a team, and the way Klopp started off, we weren't a ball playing team. So even yesterday, he's asking Szoboszlai to not be a ball player, but to run a lot. And Szoboszlai covered ground yesterday, man. He was everywhere. He did everywhere. He actually, I was looking, I was like, raw, you know what? I was like, people were gassing about McAllister. I was like, Szoboszlai he could do everything, He's that type of player, like, you can do everything. As in, we could tell him to play on the left, he could play on the left. He could play on the right, he could play in midfield. You could play up front as a false nine. You could probably play him at right back. He would do a decent job. You can just run in it. Like, he's one of those breaders. But it's like, I don't want to have to go and see that from him. I don't want to have to go and see that from him. But we're gonna have to, because we haven't got the personnel to go and do what we did before. We didn't go out and sign a Gini Wijnaldum. We didn't sign a Ugarte or a Tyler Adams or someone like that. And I guarantee if we had done that and Klopp said, you know what, I'm going to go back to how we were, because teams are showing us less respect now, we'd actually be more successful. Now that teams, it's like, now we want to do this whole possession thing, but look how I know McAllister played in the DM role, but look how far away from goal he was. Look how far away from goal Soboslai was. Look how far away from goal even Gakpo was at times. To even go and try and do the 1-2 and stuff. We weren't there. We were losing the ball in the midfield.
Honestly, bro.
I don't know, man.
I'm just hot, man. You know, I just came back from Primark, try to grab 1-2 boxes and that. I'm hot. And now talking about Liverpool, and I'm even hotter now. Like, yeah, man. It's just, I just think that very good manager and very successful at what he is good at. He's one of those kind of guys. Like, when you're good at, he's like a Haaland in the sense of Haaland might not be good at various things in that some people want in their striker, but what he's good at, he's elite at that. He's elite. Like, finishing, that's what he's all. Anything to do with scoring goals, Haaland is probably the best player in the world at doing so. Ask Haaland to do a madness like dribble and playing all these tight spaces and all them kind of thing there. Yeah, it might start looking a little bit techie kind of thing. Not say he couldn't do it, and it might come off every now and again, but that's just not really his game. Klopp, I feel, is like in that same kind of mode. Ask him to play with those players in that kind of pressing, everyone's at that high premium level. Yo, he's probably the best manager at it. You know, Pep Guardiola hates playing against us when we play that kind of football. Now you start buying all these techie guys. All of a sudden, I'm asking man to almost play like a Spain 2009. And these times, you just can't do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it just wouldn't work. Heck, he probably wouldn't have been able to even manage that Spain team back in the day with all them ballers. Because he just would have had them doing something crazy. Like, I'm just thinking about it now. He could never have been the manager of Spain back in the day. No way.
No,
he would have had them man moving mad.
There's certain man that just wouldn't.
Germany, though, he would have been calm, though. He would have been calm.
I know he would have eaten with Germany, but
yeah, he would have eaten with Germany.
I think with the Spain team, they'll be like, you know, like Cap de Villa will be starting every game. Like,
I forgot about them man like Cap de Villa, you know. Hey,
it'll be like, you know, like now it's like the equivalent of like Koke. He starts every game, innit? Koke, Saul,
Llorente, yeah.
Iniesta, Xavi, and Thing are on the bench.
Well, you know what? They won't even be on the bench. They might even start a couple games, but it's where he's going to be using. He'll try to use Iniesta as like a pure left winger, but just keep man out on the left like it's no tomorrow. Whereas for Barca, he was playing like almost in that Coutinho kind of spot, like left half space, and he was able to float in. He'll be like, nah, I needed to play left wing, like how he tried to get Carvalho doing it. Don't really need you out there, you know, coming into the middle, and that don't really make sense for man. Yeah. And I need you to take on your man and find space. What? Brother, like, this brother needs to be on the ball as much as possible, bro. Can't have it all run into space with that.
All right, so speaking of that then, yeah, of just midfield and personalities and that, do you think Klopp made an error by playing Gakpo in midfield?
100%. I actually think, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I actually think you should just play Curtis Jones, bro. Like, if you... Why didn't you just play Jones, bro? Like, if he's gonna...
Yes.
If he was gonna play that role, why didn't you just play Curtis Jones, bro? Like, it didn't even. Gakpo cannot play midfield. I'm sorry. There is in no conceivable world that this brother is a midfielder. And that's not because he's not a good player, but his attributes do not suit playing in midfield. They never ever have. Any game I've watched him play in midfield, I've always thought this brother is dead in midfield. False nine, yeah, that's where I want to see Gakpo. False nine, because that's where he really, really comes alive. Do you get him? Heck, and big up Alexander, even Elliot, any one of the two. But for the purpose of this, I would have probably said Curtis Jones. He knows the role. He knows what he needs to do in that position. He would have been defensively more solid in that kind of position. I don't understand why you didn't just play him. Like, what was even the benefit of having Gakpo on there? Like, I would have, I don't know when Gakpo came off. I don't know what minute it was. I would have been taking off Gakpo half time, bro. You know what? Jose Mourinho, old school. When he took off Sean Phillips after whatever it was, yeah, see, Gakpo would have been off because man can't have you on the pitch any longer because you are stinky right now. And the problem with you being so stinky is that it's actually hurting us in the transition. It's actually killing us down that side. And then obviously Ish was talking just before he left. Ish was talking about Robbo and that. It wasn't just Robbo's fault though. Like when you've got nobody helping you, no Gakpo, no Diaz, bro, it's killing man down that side, man. Killing man. At least Jones, I think, would have at least done a better job.
Jones would have understood it better. But this is what I keep telling people. I'm like, you need in the team, you need someone that knows, I understand the role. I know what I need to do. Like, even, you know, when we're talking about back in the day and saying, oh, we don't like Henderson in the team, we don't want this, we always needed one of those brothers in the team because there was one brother that understood the whole role. So knew, like, McAllister's out of position because you went to press that man. He weren't supposed to do that, but you know what is? I'm going to slot in here for him, you know. Trent's bombed forward. Oh, yeah, I know I need to cover over there. That weren't happening. So, do you know what I mean? You had Gakpo that's coming inside. He's thinking, yeah, Robbo's there. And Robbo and McAllister's there. But he's not realizing McAllister's on the right-hand side of the midfield playing through balls into Salah. That were not being, or mad high up trying to play a through ball into Nunes that's being cut out and then a ball over the top right into that space. James running at him. Diaz attacking, do you know what I mean, space.
Diaz, he's a funny character, bro. He's another one, just like Salah. They just both faded in the game. Jota wasn't even in the game to fade.
Jota, honestly,
Jota wasn't even in the game.
Touch of an R, man. Touch of an R guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you can't even build up with that. I don't know. I need to know what the people are saying, though. I want to see. Marcus saying G. Robertson was awful on the ball, though. That's one thing I think. That's why I'm getting onto Robertson. Robertson had so much of the ball. His passes are, I think he's the worst passer at the club.
The thing is, I hear that. I do hear you on that one. He is a poor passer and that, and he was poor on the ball. But I feel like the way he was playing defensively, I was more concerned with that than him on the ball, purely because he just wasn't getting any help, man. But we know he's not that great, like, on the ball anyway. He's not really like a ball player like that. He's someone who give him space. He runs into that space. He travels with the ball when he's got space. That's like his kind of game anyway. And then everything is quite instinctive, you know, with him. Ball comes back, whips it into the box kind of thing. And he's got a decent enough delivery to get those kind of chances. So yeah, man. I mean, we need a new left centre back anyway. So you already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to get into what the people are saying, man. Big up to everyone tuning in. This is obviously the first tactics board of the season, man. We got Ed saying, on the bright side, after watching that midfield on the weekend, neither Caicedo or Lavia would be enough to fix it. You know what? Big up to Ed. That's a massive, massive statement. I know, G, you agree with this.
Yeah. That's why I don't understand why people keep asking about signing this and signing that. Like, signing won't make no difference, man. Like, it won't make a difference if you continue playing the same way. If he changes the way that we play, so I'm talking change our build-up completely, change the way the back three set up completely, and change the way that the midfield play completely, then yeah, I will agree that signing a new player in that DM position will work. It doesn't matter if he doesn't want to do that. So Lavia, Caicedo, Sangare, Modric, Cruz, Kimmich, Rodri, none of these players will have a good time in this. They will just look better than what we have. So you'll notice that. But in terms of the overall team, you're not going to notice that. You're not going to see that much of an improvement. We'd finish more or less wherever we were going to finish anyway, which is potentially in a 4th, 5th place position. So
yeah, I agree, man. We got Sui saying, exactly, Jerry, teams respected us and sat back in the low block. Now we have teams like Brentford and Nottingham Forest pressing us high because they smell blood. 100%. And that's where the Gengen press works the most, but we haven't even got the players to go and do it up front and in midfield. So it's a weird situation, man. We got Ali Nuss saying Pavard is for sale from June. Man United will buy him soon. We need exactly that type of player, a good right back and centre back. We sleep. Yeah.
You saying drop Konate, yeah? Boy.
I'm hearing Konate in the centre. Amana telling me. Or Konate on the left.
Brother, if he can barely use his right foot, there's no way he's on the left to even try and use his left foot. That is dead. I'm not trying to see that, bro. I'm not trying to see Konate Imagine Konate on the left-hand side. Hey, big up Konate though. I think the center would work well for him though. I think his skill set is like the center because he can do the thing where if you want one of the two, like one of your three center backs to kind of take charge in the middle, he can do that, and then have the other two just let me just chill. You know what I mean? And he just covers space because he's quick. You know what I'm saying? So let him do that. let him do that, man. Let him do that.
Oh man. It's a funny team, man. It's actually a funny team.
Bro, that's the same thing I was thinking.
I wish you had FIFA. I just want to look at the team and just face someone and see how funny it is to play with them.
I bet on FIFA. I don't play FIFA, guys, so someone would have to tell me. All you guys who bang out FIFA, Liverpool, they must be good on that game though. Because in my mind, you would be. Because the game, it's a game at the end of the day. So you got fast players, fast attack, you got a fast-ish centre-back, they're strong, they're big. Surely they must be good in the game.
Yeah,
surely.
Well, they used to be. I ain't played it properly like that in years, but
I haven't played it since we won the league. Yeah, since we won the league.
Oh, there we go, man. We got to Scrap saying, look, change the way we play to suit the current personnel, at least for the short term, rather than complain about who we don't have. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's what I was trying to tell people is that when's the last time, like, do you ever recall a time where we didn't have where a team didn't play with a DM? Like a DM. Because remember, when Leicester won the league, it was 4-4-2. So ain't even like a DM. Canto just a box to box.
Yeah, but he's a bit different though. You know what I'm saying? If you got that type of talent, yeah, he's a bit different. But even when he moved to Chelsea, he ended up being the DM there anyway. Yeah, other than that Leicester team, off the top of my head, I can't really think of one.
How about Vieira and Petit? They weren't DMs.
Okay, yeah. Vieira and Petit. Okay, yeah. You got one there. But then what was the team where they had Gilberto Silva, Patrick Vieira, and I feel like they had one more in there. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. Nah, because Fabregas wasn't there when they were winning the Invincibles and them thing there. I think when they won the Invincibles. I'll have a look. But you know what? Maybe then, maybe you're right. Maybe they just did play 4-4-2 kind of thing. Someone would have to let me know. Excuse me, in the chat.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe.
Let me have a look at this Invincibles team. Hold
on. Quick one, yeah. When Gerrard played in the 6, yeah, was Gerrard the DM?
When?
Brendan Rodgers times.
Who would have been the other two midfielders? We would have had Henderson and Joe Allen.
Yeah, Henderson or Joe Allen, or Henderson and Coutinho.
Yeah, he would have been in the 6. I would have thought.
Yeah, but was he the DM though? Was he like a destroyer? Because we keep saying we need a DM, He went a DM though.
No, but you just said destroyer. Why does a DM have to be a destroyer? Why can't it just be a DM?
No, but that's my point. But that's what people are looking for. That's why I'm saying maybe there's a solution inside the club. Maybe McAllister can be that DM.
Yeah, no, he can be though. That's why this is what I don't understand with the whole, like, I agree, he could be a DM. Just not the way that we played it, like how we use a DM. Like the way that Klopp wants to have a DM in the team. Like I just think that would never work.
Yeah.
Who did these man even have? Okay, yeah, no, they did really actually, because I'm looking at their team here. Edu. How can I forget Edu though? Martin.
I hear that.
No, in fact, no, not really. No. You know what? They actually I take that back.
Edu didn't even play like that though.
No, it's not that he did. No, he actually did. He played quite a few games. It's whenever he played. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's when he played, they were still playing 4-4-2. It would just either be him or someone else. But it's always Patrick Vieira, always in the middle. So, but yeah, 4-4-2 effectively. And then you got Ljungberg. Hey, yo, see that team, yeah? Yo,
but this is my point. So maybe, but that's my point though, to go on to say this. Maybe that's what I'm saying. We don't need a DM. We just need to find a better way of playing. It's just
Jerry, like, we know this, bro. Like, Liverpool just needs to be a better ball playing team. Like this is why I said it's just even like we're gonna get bored of doing these tactical reviews soon anyway, because the reality is all the good stuff I can probably tell you now what Liverpool are gonna do good for the rest of the season. All the bad stuff I can probably tell you right now what Liverpool are gonna do for the rest of the season if we continue in this kind of way. It's up to Klopp, man. Like, listen, guys, you guys out there, all you people who the one who goes to the games quite a lot, like, you start chatting to Klopp, man. Let him know. Someone just shout in his ear real quick. Like, I don't know what the German word for do better is, but start shouting that in his ear or something. Yeah, listening over this side.
100%, man. 100%. Yeah, before we head that, then, man, the question that we've got, man, the question that I've got is, who's the midfielder going to be then, man?
Oh, sorry. No idea, bro.
Just you have to make an educated guess. Or if it's going to be someone left field, like someone we haven't even thought about, or be like someone like Chuck Norris or something that plays in like for Red Star Belgrade or something like that.
John, you're an idiot. I just think it's going to be an underwhelming signing. I don't know who, but I just think it'll be underwhelming in terms of you'll be like, oh, him. Heck, even if we got Kone in that, I'll be like, oh, all right.
Well, would you? You wouldn't be happy
Okay.
with Kone, no?
I wouldn't be unhappy. I'll put it to you that way. I don't think he's dead. I don't think any player that we're actually linked to is dead. I just don't think that, like, when you've gone from trying to sign Caicedo, potentially looking at Tchouaméni again, and then your options now are like Kone and them, man. I'm just like, rah, like, you really are going to like the depths of the earth to try and find these kind of midfielders when you maybe had a chance to really go and get the top quality ones. You get like the ones who move the needle. Remember, and now I'm actually saying it now. Man, looking at some of these, I'm saying, brother, like, why? Like, go and spend the money on something on a baller now. Like, we all know that now you have this money. We know that it's there to spend. But does Klopp want these players? I don't know. I just think that, yeah, I think the signing will be underwhelming still. I think it'll be underwhelming. Or it'll be like what we know saying, sign Redondo. I'll be like, bro, you can sign Redondo, but that guy's not gonna come in and do anything. I think that he's gonna be one of them kind of guys where he'll need time to adapt. He'll be like another Lavia. Just he needs time to do this and do that, you know.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Just gonna get to some of these comments before we head out. We got Alt Saja saying, my May channel just got to 50k, and lately I'm watching a lot of similar channels like yours. You got a lot of potential. Keep up the good work, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it as always. That. Mark A saying, you guys do a good job of analyzing games. These established companies just have access to far greater tech. 100%. I'm telling you now, if all I need, honestly, G, give me the ability to draw on StreamYard. Give me the ability to draw. It's game over. It's game over. The circles and squares.
They don't want me on Sky Studios. It's all long. It's actually long.
Sky Studios, yeah. You see this chick that's here. Shout out to the chick. Yeah, I'll be standing there still. I'll be doing what Sturridge was doing. You see Sturridge. You see Keane get mad with Sturridge.
Keane's got Michael Richards and now Sturridge to contend with these days now. So he needs to just pair up. I like Keane though. I like the things that he says in a general sense in terms of how he looks at the game. But I think it's just more because I respect that he is literally an ultimate winner. Champions League, Premier League, like veteran, like, and he knows what he's talking about. He doesn't just sound like a clown who's just talking for talking sake.
Yeah, exactly. We got M Carney. We got Tim Carney saying, "Would you bring in Doucouré for 70 M's?" I don't want Doucouré, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be so upset with Doucouré, bro. I'd be so upset with Doucouré. And Carney going on to say, release clause FC. RJ saying, like, subscribe, please make sure we're liking and subscribing. And yeah, that's about it, man. We got Ali News saying Nunes needs to start every game, and I hope Klopp will not ask him to defend. Nunes can score. He scored the same amount of goals at Benfica in 2 years as Gakpo scored at PSV in 5 years. That boy can score. Played different positions, but we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, appreciate obviously you guys tuning into the tactics board. I know the game's on. Everyone's watching that Monday Night Football, so a lot of you guys will be watching that. But please, if you're watching us on a replay, please give us a thumbs up if you want more of this content. gives us a good indication of what you guys like, so we can bring that to you. If you guys want more of that tech, and I said it before, if you want more of that tech and the ability to go and do more with the tactics and stuff, that's possible. But we might have to just only make it members, G, because I let the people know about the members. The membership's open on the channel, bro. The membership's open now. So I let the people know. So if you guys want to go and see that, I might have to just make that a members only, man. I might have to make it members only. But look, we'll have to wait on that one. G, let the people know what's popping, obviously, on GTV. I know you've done obviously the analysis for the game, but obviously there's also an interesting segment you started today, man. So just let the people know about that one, man.
Yeah, man. I think Premier League or just football's back. I said let's take another look. You know me, I love looking at just players and different stuff. So decided to start a new segment each week. I'll be doing top 5 players, basically in and around Europe, mainly looking at Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, and Ligue 1. Might take a quick look at the Portuguese or Dutch league if there's anyone out there who's kind of doing their thing. But first episode came out today. A couple of new players I've never heard of, never seen. So it's very, very good to just even hear, you know, some of these players who, some of them may never even be ballers like that in the future, but just seeing how they performed in game week 1 for a lot of them, it was actually quite fun to really get to know them, because I had no idea for like 2 of them. I was a bit like, rah, like, who is my man? But it was good to really dive in. Tomorrow I should be double check. Tomorrow I should be doing me and Enz were looking to start like a it's called Flip of the Coin, where we're gonna just look tactically at games all across Europe. So any game every week, just pick out a game. Really just taking a tactical look, to be honest with you, you know, at both teams. So I believe we're doing it tomorrow, but I will double check. I think we're doing the Chelsea-Liverpool game. So I'll be analysing Chelsea, he'll be analysing Liverpool. And then next week we'll pick a game. I mean, you viewers, you guys can pick the games if you want. Any game across Europe kind of thing. Please do not make it some obscure game where I need the most dangerous of internets, bruv. Like I need the maddest link to get to watch it. Like make it a bit more accessible. But obviously, I'll be this season anyway. I need to, you know, pattern that up anyway. And then I've got another stream I want to do with Jerry, which is he doesn't even know this. I'm telling him for the first time now, which is taking a look at Liverpool, just deeper into the tactics, man. Like I really want to, you know, get to the bottom of this, and really and truly what Jerry was saying earlier, like this is why you guys need to watch this stuff back on the replay if you're not watching it live. Like Jerry giving you that first-hand experience of, you know, when he used to play football, so that you guys can just get like a little indication of why we might do certain things. So when he mentioned about playing the 3 at the back and split, you know, why he used to do it back at, these are the kind of things I really want to pick Jerry's brain about. So that's sometime this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. We'll do that in the evening. And then whatever Jerry's got popping, you guys will find me here. You'll find me there all the damn time, man. That's it, really.
There we go, man. There we go. So, guys, please make sure we are obviously smashing a like and we're sharing it as well. I know Colin was doing that.
Yo, Mark A, I'm not analysing them, man.
Ooh, I'll
like, bro, really, like, look at the comments.
Violated. Harris Limassol versus Lanark.
Like, where would I even find that? That's the maddest thing. Oh my god,
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, please make sure obviously we're smashing obviously the like, subscribing if we're new to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. It takes literally a second, but you guys are gonna obviously know when we're coming and dropping live, especially when there's a lot of breaking news. I mean, closing in on the transfer that window deadline. You don't know what Liverpool are gonna do, man. So as soon as they are, I'm gonna try and get to you guys as quick as possible. But yeah, this week, also,
guys, Jerry's on 1.56. Sorry to cut him off. Jerry's on 1.56 from what I can see here. I'm not gonna lie, my birthday is next month. I need to see 2K before we even hit my birthday, people. I'm not even gonna tell you when my birthday is. Just know it's next month. So I need to see 2K. So you've really got until September the 1st, because you ain't got a clue when my birthday, and I'm just gonna drop it. I need to see 2K, man. So can we please, if you're watching this for the first time, smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Sorry, my apologies.
You know what it is, people? You know what it is, people? G really wants to do a watch along.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? We're not getting Tyler Adams, or someone got him.
How long is he out injured for? Bournemouth to trigger Tyler Adams' release clause.
See, whatever, man. I've had enough, man. I've had enough, man. That's just ruined my day now. I thought there was a chance we're getting an American in the midfield, but yeah, cool. Is what it is, man. But look, until next time, people, stay posted. It's been a Jerry James show, and we're out. Have a good evening. Boom.
Peace.
Oh, what's going on here? You know what's mad, G? I was just about to go and end the stream without playing that outro. Anyway, run that outro in a bit.